Hello, good evening, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us this late. I'm Threepwood007. We're here at the Overwatch Watchers Brawl, and I'm joined by Sifit.
Hi, welcome.
We have a delightful game for you tonight between Reckless and Alt3. This is going to be pretty high stakes with one team. We're going to be saying goodbye to them tonight. Before we get started, Sifit has a lovely little pregame interview for you.
I do. I have Abyss here with me from Team Reckless here. Abyss, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Good. It's good for you to be here. Now, Team Reckless has been pretty awesome coming into this tournament. Coming off of a close loss to Pinata Nation, you guys got 2-0'd. There were two maps that were ties, and it was the closest 2-0 series that I've watched. I ended up casting it yesterday. How are you guys feeling coming into this series?
We're feeling hyped up, ready to redeem ourselves after that really close loss. We're gonna try to push ourselves over the edge.
Yeah, it definitely seems like you guys have the caliber to make it higher in this bracket. I'm personally wishing you guys the best. All three has been a pretty different opponent. They managed to 3-0 Zonk to get to this stage of the losers bracket. Are you worried about any losses, or they're coming off of a 3-0, you know?
It's best to be optimistic. Yeah, optimistic.
Positive.
That's the word. Thank you.
Yeah.
Optimistic going into every match. So I feel like we'll do well against them, and hopefully win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm personally rooting for Pone here, who has been having some amazing plays on the Reinhardt. Yesterday he went crazy, pinning a nano-boosted Genji into his backline and killing him, basically saving the fight, making that draw on Hollywood for you guys to stay in the series. That was awesome. And any pocket picks that you want to share before the match starts? Are you guys pulling out anything cool? Secrets for the stream?
Not that I know of. I think we're just gonna stick to the books.
Mm-hmm. And are you personally pulling out anything interesting? Maybe I know you can flex on a bunch of things, being a pretty flexible player here. Are you planning on changing your specific role in the team comp, or?
I mean,
'cause you basically play everything, right?
Yeah, for the most part. But like, I'm just gonna do whatever my team needs of me. If they want me to flex off to do something else, I'll do it. But I'm not really expecting anything.
All right. Well, that's very noble of you, and it's very awesome to see a player that can try and concede to his team and make sure that he can fill the needs of whatever his team needs. Good luck to you guys in the series today. Good luck in the match. We'll be starting shortly. Just wanted to talk a little bit about Busan. So thank you very much, Abyss, and good luck to Team Reckless moving forward in this series.
All right, thank you, man.
So that's going to be the interview. Looks like first map is going to be Busan in this series.
Yeah, Busan, as far as King of the Hill maps goes, Busan is one of those that, I guess you can say this about all of them, but these maps are relatively new. There's a lot of different environments you get to play in, and I'm always a little excited whenever I get to see it because of the different comps that come out.
Me too. Busan in general, just the mecha base is one of those. It's one of those maps that just like completely confounds people. There are so many different strategies that you can run. We see a lot of Brig goats. We see a lot of Reaper kind of defending him. Compositions. We see a lot of goats with the Mei and blocking people out in competitive play. So yeah, I'm interested to see in what specific comps, because some of the other maps, especially the city area, they're very prone to dive comps and Widow, so they prevent the goatsy meta and kind of make way for the like high ground center dive comp. So it's interesting to see what teams will flex onto which roles here. And this is really because it's the start of the series, every team is coming in here with a clean slate, no bans to their hero pool, nothing needs to be saved. So all the compositions on the table, this is the perfect map for it.
Yeah, this will be a little interesting. Alt 3 and Reckless both very proficient with a number of different compositions. So I am curious. It's probably going to be determining of what part of Busan are we going to come out on first. And then, we'll see where the hit scan, pros take it from there. The city center being one of those places where Widow gets a lot of action. We might never even see a Widow come out. And yeah, if we do see a lot of that Ghost, maybe that will influence the hero bans as we move into the second map.
Yeah, I think the biggest part of Busan has been the either the dive or the Goats compositions, both with the commanding presence of their main tanks. We're really going to be looking at Dark versus Pwn here on these main tank positions, as it is going to be Team Reckless on the blue team and Alt 3 on the red team here.
Yeah, Busan's Shrine with that teeny tiny little point in the middle, and of course a vast majority of it taken up by that drum, which just makes an utter hell to play on. And no real super crazy high ground to speak of. Very friendly map to Goats, so I'm curious to see are we going to see a Reinhardt duel? Maybe one team will actually just pull out a dive. I think a Goats battle is pretty likely.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it's going to be something of a case here with Goats, and as you were talking about, there just isn't that much of a skybox. When Busan was first released, a lot of people were very disappointed that this area in particular didn't have a very high skybox. This seems like one of Fair's perfect maps, but because the low height of this actual map, it means that Fair is really vulnerable to almost every single attack.
Yeah, I think it'll be a rarity if we ever see her come out, and so by that being said, we're going to see actually a perfect mirror comp from both sides, running that 3-3 with Zenyatta, featuring in the off support.
Yep, and when it comes to these like Zen Reinhardt kind of Goats compositions, it's really about the Zen, the Discord orbs, and these Reinhardts. Whoever dies first is basically going to be the loser.
Yep, and there we have the Discords on both the Reinhardts, and it's going to be Dark going down first. Pwn managing to pick up that kill thanks to the help of his Brigitte, and of course that trusty Discord orb. And it's going to be Reckless taking massive control at this point, forcing Alt 3 back into spawn to reconsider.
Yeah, the Discord orbs, I've told you that we should look at them at the start of the fight. Kotu's Discords have been amazing, taking down Dark. He swapped onto Raylan as soon as Dark was taken down, and it looks like the Baby Diva's going to go down too. They're going to hold all the way to their spawn.
Ooh, that is an absolutely filthy stagger, and there goes Dark going down as well. They need to do a full retreat into their spawn to prevent Reckless from getting any more of those ridiculous kills. They are going to be pulling up on the retreat, but before all three can get back onto the point, they're going to be generating a lot.
That stagger fight was really good for Reckless here. They're going to be having almost 5 ults coming into this fight. I'm sure we're going to be seeing a flank shatter or just a certain type of stun shatter. Here we go. Oh, no, it misses.
But they're going to have the grab to play with the fight. Barrier's going to come in to counter it, though, and there's not going to be any major kills coming onto it. The Shatter isn't going to really grab anyone, and Dark is actually going to get slaughtered for the audacity to throw that out into a fight that is now going to see Alt 3 again retreating back into spawn.
Yeah, and it looks like the differentials in the Zarya charge and the communications between Team Reckless and Alt 3 are just, there's a massive difference. The Discord orbs from Kotu basically made Dark a squishy, and he's almost, is he really playing Overwatch at this point?
No, it's pretty much playing whack-a-mole, and now it's going to be a grab. But is the Diva Bomb going to get it? No, but it will take out the shield. And Pwn actually going to grab Glizzy on the way out. The big chance for them to recover, but now Pwn is going to have to go down, and that's going to be another lost fight. Because once again, Alt 3 just kind of struggles to get any kind of footing on this Busan map.
It's back and forth, but the Zarya with the higher charge is definitely a bit. Mr. SNAS bit is like going crazy with this Zarya, though. They're really pushing in.
They've made it to the point now, but unfortunately, Reckless has managed to stall up to that 99%. Losing the point here is fine as long as they can get that one fight win.
Yeah, I'm looking for Pwn's Earth Shatter in this next engagement. I'm not sure whether or not they're going to go for a dry push in this scenario. I think it's best to just end this out, but Zangief gets taken out by a crit from Lunario.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty bitter. And now it's time for a taste of their own medicine as Alt 3 starts to pull off a bit of the full court press, grabbing another kill onto Abyss. Anything from here? Ooh, and another nasty stagger.
Yeah, this is looking very good for them. They have almost 4 ults coming back up. Only 2 on the side of Reckless here. So honestly, this is looking very good for all 3 here. They've definitely turned the tides in their favor. 35% on the next engagement. They have about 3 fights left if they are to win these.
Yeah, we definitely have ourselves a bit of an Overwatch match. And now, ooh, there also looks like there's going to be a bit of misdirection, but no, Reckless is going to come charging right down the center. But the counter shatter comes out after the grab, but the charge goes in, and that's going to be a big Devo pump coming in for the 3K.
Yeah, that's huge. All 3 is going to take that. They're going to be able to stagger the Diva. And originally, that was what Pone was going to be doing for Abyss. Pone ended up charging Glizzy on that Brigitte in that previous Graviton from Team Reckless. Unfortunately, it just didn't hit the Reinhardt's. The bomb wasn't able to do much. It was blocked by Dark's Reinhardt shield. Looks like they're going to take their time, kind of build up some ults. This is looking very dire for Reckless, though. They don't have any ults coming up.
Yeah, Reckless went from one fight victory to a very nasty situation. Shatter goes down. That's not really going to see a lot coming out of that. And thanks to this new kill feed, we get to see all that Shatters coming in. But it's going to be, again, Alt 3 really putting the pressure in. Reckless is going to toss the Diva Bomb into that fight, not going to grab anything. And now Reckless is going to have to do a lot of work to make sure that they can test this point before overtime is lost.
It's only got 3% left. Oh, they have Zangbeast on the Lucio.
Oh, and here comes the Hammond. Zangbeast goes down very quickly. Overtime is in effect, and the grab comes in, though, from Alt 3 with the barriers to couple it. Counter grab coming in. Clean up and Isle Busan. Alt 3 has completely turned this around. 0 to 100, going to take this point away.
Yeah, crazy comeback coming from Alt 3. You thought it was coming to Reckless the entire time. It seemed like a 100% to 0 kind of map, but Alt 3 have shooken off their fights, losses, and they've been doing very well with their ults here. The chain ults that they've been acquiring have been awesome. Dark had finally gotten that pin onto Pone that caused that 3K bomb from Raylini. It's been super good for them.
Yeah, I think maybe Alt 3 just needed a little bit of more extra warm-up time before they really could get into the groove of things, and get into the groove of things they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it certainly seemed like something like that. We'll be seeing as the next maps go, but ultimately this is just going to be leading to a very close series here. I don't see a 3-0 happening at all. I don't even think a 3-1 is even possible. I think this is going all the way to 5 maps coming from this first point initially.
More Overwatch equals, yeah, more Overwatch equals more excellence, and yeah, we see the same exact compositions coming out again. You'd be inclined to think that maybe we'll see the same exact things happening, but now it's going to come into how you play with the high ground on this particular map.
Oh, it looks like we're getting a pause here. Some technical issues coming from...
Hey, it wouldn't be a live stream if we didn't have a little bit of that.
Oh, no! Don't say that! This is pretty dire for Team Reckless, all things said. Jackson's denacked. All 3 have the point advantage. They have the positional advantage because they don't need to move anywhere. Interesting if that's the case. Looks like the Zarya for Team Reckless, Abyss. The guy that we were just interviewing at the beginning of the match
now,
disconnected, so he'll be back in here shortly.
And it does look like they're still connected to the game, which is good for their ult charge. Little though it may be, that does mean that they, instead of dropping out of the game and starting from 0, they get to keep what they have accrued.
Paul is just trying to figure out what's going on with the thing. It looks like everyone's ready to get back into the game, and we're ready to continue this very hype series between Team Reckless and Alt 3.
And we are going to get back and started. No, there they go. And Abyss has left the game.
Rage
Thank
quit.
goodness. Thank goodness for auto pause.
Now this isn't very good for him because he had about 30% on his ult charge.
He had a bit, and yeah, with a Zarya, anything happens. Plus, all that charge that they may have accumulated, all gone.
Yeah, this is looking very dire.
Yeah, and I think based on the points that I can see, it looks like Reckless has maintained a solid position. Alt 3 is gonna, or rather, Alt 3 has a solid point position. They're going to be able to take this point as soon as it unlocks.
If this is left, it looks like Pome's gonna take that with him.
That's definitely one way to clear a Reinhardt off the map.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you're not gonna win the fight, at least you're gonna kill the enemy Reinhardt, right?
It's a solid trade. Main tank
Yep.
for a main tank. And again, they already had the point, so good.
Kind of unfortunate coming from Abyss. He's only have 77% as to the 80% from Mr. SNES bit. This is not looking good for Reckless at all here.
Oof, but it looks like they're going to be building as much charge as possible. They go straight into the blink. Shatter's going to grab Glizzy in the background. He's going to go down immediately. Counter Shatter now coming out, and they're, however, not going to grab anyone. Seemingly going right into the Reinhardt shield, and this is a Reckless chance to build back some of that percentage if they can take this point away.
Yeah, they've been... I was just about to say they need to push the Reinhardt, and now they need to push the Zarya, and they're going to. Mr. SNES bit getting a ton of ult charge here at his Graviton. Super high charge, but he's going to go down, and that's going to be the end of the fight. Reckless are going to take this point.
Yeah, Reckless did a great job of their target focus there, eliminating exactly who they needed to in the exact order that they needed to. Really solid work. You know, all three build up a solid amount of percentage, and now it's Reckless's turn. I like the back and forth here. Both teams seem to have warmed up, and now we're going to see what happens as the rally comes out on Roasty.
Yeah, both Divas trying to gain the high ground. It's not going to be able to do much. Roasty, beats coming in from all three here.
Ooh, Diva Bomb in the backline is going to grab Lunaroo's Zenyatta. He's going to drop it. Counter Diva Bomb going in. Trans doesn't stop that, but it looks like a shield could. And there we have it once again, Abyss. Unfortunately DCing.
But his team won the fight. It doesn't matter. Easy clap. Who needs him? 5v6. Let's go. I'm going to sub in. Put me in, coach.
Rip in peace.
Put me
Abyss's ult
in,
charge.
coach. I'm kidding.
Ah, what a shame. All that charge, all that ult, all gone again. At least they have a Shatter coming online soon.
Yeah, they do have a Shatter soon. Pone's gonna be able to use that out. Lunaru died with Trans. Very unfortunate in this engagement. You were hoping to see her use the Trans to kind of start the fight off. They had the rally to add some extra armor.
Yeah, they've only just now built up the percentage necessary to maintain the fight, and Lunaru could have, how should we say this, led the retake with a bit of that preemptive Trans, and with Glizzy having the armor on coming up soon. But then again, yeah, Dark also got taken out in that same instance. No Shatter for them. I have a feeling we'll see all three come back for the next fight.
Yeah, it looks like not a ton of ults being on the side of Reckless. This is looking very dire for them. I think they're going to want to give away this next fight as to just gain more ult charge. Unless Pone can have an amazing Shatter that just wins the fight all on his own. That is sometimes the case when it comes to very skilled Reinhardts and their Earth Shatters.
Oh yeah, and Jackson's gonna get pushed off that high ground by Lucio to make way for Ryelmi, who there we see it, Glizzy gonna start the fight off with that rally, and there it is, singing it out, the Shatter gets blocked by the Brigitte, who was able to get the shield bash up in time, and however, it looks like it's not gonna matter anyways, as Alt 3 doing just fine without the Shatter. Thank you very much as they retake the point from Reckless.
Yeah, Pone just disappeared into that abyss. Lunaru with the Discord, making sure that she can deal a ton of damage. They bursted down the Reinhardt immediately. Just like I was talking about those ultimates, as they weren't as effective as I was thinking, the Earth Shatters and the rallies, the rally armor not even going to have any place on Reckless here. Just a little bit on the Zarya here, but that's going to be wearing off soon.
Yeah,
this
thanks
isn't
for that
looking
new
too good
patch.
for Reckless. They do have the Shatter though.
And so here we go, Pone with maybe a Diva Bomb leading the fight. Dark Shield already goes down, and with no shield, that means the Shatter goes in, but it's not going to grab anyone. But instead, Roasty is going to be the first to fall, and Trans now coming out for the side of Alt 3. They're going to drop their Diva Bomb with happy comfort, but that's going to be a bit of a nasty situation for Reckless, as they, despite committing a bunch of ults, are going to get cleaned up.
Yeah, all three doing very well. The ult charge from the Zarya is really mattering, and Mr. NES, but it already has the Grav coming out for this last engagement. Ooh, it looks like Dark is going to be on the side here, trying to go for a sneaky Shatter. Stringy is in place to try and make it look like their team is up the middle. Here's the Shatter, here we go! Oh, no,
He got caught! He got caught! He has to charge Jackson away, and instead they drop the grab into a shatter, and the Diva Bomb goes in. It's not going to grab anyone thanks to that shield placement. The other shatter comes in now.
Nice
and
grab.
Oof. But unfortunately for Reckless, Alt 3 has the advantage once again, cleaning up, and they're probably going to be taking this Busan, making an early lead with a 1-0.
Yeah, all three are going to take this. They're going to take Busan 1-0, and that's a good start to the series so far. Very close engagements, but all three are going to take this.
Yeah, Reckless had a very early showing there, which is very nice, as we're going to see with this very tasty shatter.
Nice shatter that
from
last fight of the game. He was grabbed in here. Still didn't let that get to him. Poor Bone ended up charging off the stage. That's a feels bad right there.
Bit of the unluck, couldn't even take anyone with them, so that's going to be Alt 3 now, going to save a hero and going to ban a map. Meanwhile, after that comes out, Reckless can have a chance to maybe shut down that Reinhardt.
Yeah, I'm thinking either they shut down the Reinhardt or they shut down the Lucio that really binds goats together. If you're playing a Lucio goats versus a goats without Lucio, the Lucio with goats has the positional advantage every single second of the match. The speed boost is the most effective tool to what enables Brig, Zarya, and Reinhardt in these compositions. Enable to be just getting on you very quickly. It's what people hadn't thought about from the beginning of Overwatch. They finally got to it, and that's what's leading to these dominant goats comps here. It looks like Dark is going to save the Lucio and ban Hanamura in the series, just like what I was talking about. Lucio is the enabler in the entire Goats map. Nothing else really matters.
Yep, you can run that 3-3 composition with just about any tanks. Yeah, I've seen the Roadhogs come out, I've seen the Winstons come out, but the one thing that binds them all together, is if we couldn't have said it any better, it's the Lucio. So the hero ban coming out from Reckless is going, ooh, the Diva. So again, they're going to try and eliminate one of the core elements of the 3-3, but I've seen what Alt 3 can do. I have a feeling they're just going to switch over to that Hog.
They might go for something like a Hog, however, the cool thing about Reckless is that they do have some very capable DPS players that are able to flex onto the DPS position, either hit scan or projectile. Something cool that we might see coming out from Horizon Lunar Colony. Very niche pick here. One of people's worst, least favorite maps in Overwatch, even with the rework. I think we might be seeing some triple DPS or quad DPS come out from Reckless here on the attack.
I mean, we've seen it before, and possibly from both these teams. Alt 3 also known for some pretty crazy compositions. Horizon Lunar Colony also going to be favoring the attack there, and the Reckless side going to be electing, or rather, yes, they are Alt 3 going to elect to start on defense for this assault map.
And the cool part about banning Diva is that you're disabling the dive. You're not necessarily disabling goats, but what you can do, because you don't have the Diva, is you can pick into the McCree, you can pick into the Diva. I'm sorry, you can pick into your own Diva to try and go for some extra defensive power, but what you can also do is pick into the Pharah. Pharah is very good against these team comps without a Diva pick. You're not going to be able to defense matrix. Her ultimate is going to get full value. There's not a lot of things that can take down a Pharah besides like a really good hit scan. And if you have a hit scan and you're playing defense, the attacking team is just going to swap to dive and crush you. You know, so there's not a lot to. It's really kind of oppressive in that there's no tank in particular that can really contest the Pharah because the Diva isn't around.
And a solid map to choose Horizon Lunar Colony with that Diva ban, given that the Widowmaker pick, or maybe even the Ashe, not necessarily a bad choice on these open, nice big open points. But like you said, if you're going to choose that long range hit scan, that's the opportunity for the team who doesn't have the Diva ban. Looking at you, Reckless, you got the opportunity there to go just ripping right into it.
Yeah, this is super exciting to go into Horizon Lunar Colony. I think this is the first Horizon Lunar Colony that I've actually casted with the Watchers OW, having casted for about a half dozen games so far.
Yeah, Horizon Lunar Colony being one of those maps, especially in this particular round of the season, that gets banned pretty quickly.
Yep, and we are getting into the game right now. Horizon Lunar Colony, it is all three versus Team Reckless. Now, I want to remind everyone here that twitch.tv/The Watchers OW, if you are watching it, make sure you scroll down to the bottom. It's the Twitch panel on the left, and it has all of the MVP votes from the match today. Make sure you vote for your MVP. Can be your most popular player, who you're rooting for the most. You can totally be biased there. However, we will be giving free internet cookies to the winner of the MVP.
Don't forget to let your voice be
It's
heard.
all I can give you.
Yeah, pick your favorite player out, let it be done, and so here we go. As a reminder, Alt 3 going to be starting out on defense here on Horizon Lunar Colony, with Reckless making the initial assault. Now, 2 CP, Sifid, as far as 2 CP goes, do you have strong feelings for Horizon Lunar Colony?
Now, I think a lot of people hate on Horizon Lunar Colony, but I actually quite like it. The high ground maps, the high ground from both sides, makes this a really cool point. I really like the rework changes that they've done to the second point in making it more high ground centered. There's not a lot of like low ground contest that you can really do. So it looks really good. It's definitely harder to get back to the point from spawn on the second point defending here. So yeah, it's a nice change. I'm loving the like hydroponics here. It's just this aesthetically nice, and I think personally it's better than Hanamura.
Oh yeah, it certainly looks better, and absolutely, with the changes they made to the second point, you have a little more chance on the offense to have a solid team fight bring you victory. So the fight getting into way here as we enter the pick phase. Alt 3 going to come out with that very comfortable 3-3 Zenyatta Goat style comp. Meanwhile, it's going to be, there it is, a D.Va coming out.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of like just regular goats versus McCree goats composition here.
McCree hasn't gotten a lot of value out yet, staying back comfortably in the fight as the Reinhardt shields has to go down. But Dark charges in, he looks for the charge, he doesn't get anything. Reckless gonna lose their Brigitte, but with the main shields that they have and the advantage, might be
wow, Blizzy going in!
And that's going to be it. Reckless's charge ultimately defeated thanks to a little bit of a shield forcing out from Mr. Snesbit.
Yeah, no, we had some issues with that name earlier on before the match. It was really funny. Glizzy MVP in that fight for sure, being able to take down Kotu on that Zen, being very aggressive, probably called for that bubble from Raylini, who did a very good job peeling for her support here. This is looking very good for them. They do have the Earth Shatter coming out from Team Reckless, though, so here's looking to Pwn and also Coach's Transcendence coming to this next fight.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of ults coming in on this fight, I think, but Lunar is going to be the one who starts it off. Alt 3 drawing first and second blood, grabbing Zarya and Brigitte. The push is pretty much crippled with the loss of those two.
Wow, yeah, no, Dark getting the pickoffs. They're going to take Jackson out of mech. This is looking very bad for them. They're not even going to finish her off.
Yeah, unable to grab that stall, but they are instead going to just jump off the side of the map, which honestly, given the zero gravity, it's kind of a good stall in and of itself.
Yeah, no, you're taking a lot of time off the clock. There's only 2 minutes left off of the Team Reckless. Both teams have a bunch of ults, though. You're seeing defensive ults all around. The biggest thing, though, is going to be Raylini's Graviton Surge. If Mr. SNES Bit can get his Deadeye here, we might be seeing something really good. It's all going to be dependent on if Jackson can defense matrix this.
Yeah, and there they go. Reckless going to take the high ground. Big Shatter comes in, though, but the counter Shatter comes out. Every team crippled by the Shatter. The grab coming in with the Deadeye means they're going to grab a couple kills as D.Va gets demacked. Reckless once again getting crippled, committing a ton of ults, but not getting even much more. They do, however, have a good solid percentage built, and a single fight could take this out.
Yeah, this is coming down to the last 2 fights for Reckless here. They have a couple of ults to work with. Pwn is back up on his Earth Shatter here, but it's interesting to see that all 3 are winning with this McCree composition, because Goats is supposed to counter the McCree Goats comp. This shouldn't be working this way. McCree should ultimately be just focused down and dead almost immediately in a team fight. But Mr. SNES bet has gotten a ton of value off of this McCree here. The high notes have been deadly, killing at least one person every fight. Grab bomb combo coming in.
Ooh, and they are able to get this Lucio in the background. The big shatter coming in too. Dark down, not able to protect their Zarya, who was being focused away. And that's going to be both Reinhardts now going down, though. And so that means when McCree goes out, he's going to get someone. He gets Zenyatta. Where's the kill coming in on McCree? Alt 3 repelling Reckless once again.
Yeah, and this is coming down to the last fight. Reckless are going to need to hurry the heck up if they need to get onto the point. There's only 10 seconds left. Looks like we're going to be seeing some swaps. Mr. SNES bet is going to be swapping to the monkey, the Winston, for this last defense to just try and get back to the point, but no one can touch.
It's not fast enough. The switch from the, honestly, sticking with the Reinhardt without the Lucio to speed boost you all the way through means there's no way you can get there in 10 seconds. And Alt 3, while they don't manage a complete full hold, really only have to just beat Reckless's progress on the point to take this one map home as well.
Yeah, 81.7%. All they're going to need is 3 ticks here. Unfortunate coming from Reckless in that they weren't able to maintain that charge in that first point and kind of get anything from it. The McCree pick was awesome. Like I was telling you, that last fight ended up, he took 2 people out and then took another one out with his gun without the ultimate before going down. Just a great hold all around. He's been clutch.
Yeah, Alt 3 really proving that they knew exactly what they were doing. They saved their Lucio. They'll take whatever hero band they can take on top of that. And Reckless, despite the advantage that they have in, quote unquote, being able to play the diva, when Mr. SNES bit came out with the McCree, you still didn't see any real counterplay come from Reckless. And I think that's a pretty solid reason why they weren't able to push that home.
Yeah, now interesting bunker comp coming out from all 3 here. I apologize, from Reckless here. Roski is going to be playing the Bastion. They're definitely going to be trying for something very high risk, high reward. Classic 2-2-2 comps coming all around. It's going to be the Orisa Diva, which I think is a very good combination on this first point defense. Better than the Orisa Hog, to be honest, and taking all of that poke from the Pharah out. Wow, Coach is going to take out this already.
And it's despite the Bastion in play, it's going to be the Ana who takes out Mr. SNES bit before they have a chance to do anything about it. So I'm really interested to see how Alt 3 plans to handle the.
Yeah, you want to talk about that Pharah's name, because we talked about it before the match and saying that it was Mrs. Nesbit.
This is 3.007 making his public stream apology that he had the name wrong a lot.
Hey, it's not your fault. It looks like a very different name. Wow, Lunara gonna get taken down by Zem here.
So Zemb on the Sombro, that's a nice little hacky play coming in here. Yeah, Bastion with the Orisa, that's just filthy dirty. And also,
this is clinical coming from Reckless. I'm really liking this defense, and they definitely have the ultimates to accrue. The configuration tank mode coming from Bastion almost on the way, able to give himself a reset on some armor, some extra mobility, and of course the frag tank nades that he can pull out. Meanwhile, Zem on the back line, ready to hack the Lucio whenever possible, just trying to displace the Goats lineup. This is working very well for them.
Oof, and there they go. Gizzy gonna try and get a hack into the backline. They're not gonna be able to finish them off despite a 6 sleep dart coming out from GoTo. They are going to escape. Orisa, want to notice, not generating so much ult charge because they're doing a great job being a tank, making sure that shield is up, tanking with their body when they need to. And there we go. Glizzy gonna try some of that sneaky backtap action. That's gonna pull Diva away.
Yeah, perfect play coming from the Diva here and trying to contest the payload. The point in itself. EMP coming out.
Massive EMP. That's a tank configuration. Roasty gets to go absolutely ham. No shields, no bubbles.
That was a 3K in one shot. That was nuts. Pone doing very well too. I think the nano boost was a bit of an overextension here. It looks like Blizz is going to be coming out behind the point. Does almost have the ultimate here. It's going to get slept. Oh. And taken down.
This time, they're not willing to let Glizzy get away for free.
Yeah, and this isn't looking very good for all three. They have the Earth Shatter, but to be honest, I don't think the Earth Shatter is going to be doing too much for this comp unless they can get around that shield, and that's been the hardest part of this attack so far. A minute and a half left on this comp. Reckless looking very good.
Oh, that's going to be the supercharger coming out very early. Roasty ripping through the tank line of Reckless, who are completely incapable of busting through this Bastion right now. They are going to grab the Orisa, possibly as just like a glory kill, but otherwise that's a minute left for Reckless to make, for all three to make something happen here.
It's a short consolation prize, but the shield is still going to be there on the top right-hand side. It is going to pop as soon as I see that, of course. And so they're going to move positions and try and go for some cheeky flank plays. Now, Glizzy on the Sombra waiting around the wings, going for an EMP, but Dark has already gotten hacked here.
Nothing like a preemptive Diva Bomb to get the fight started, but that one doesn't get any kills. That could actually be kind of huge, with only Bastion left to do some major damage. The big EMP comes in! The Shatter, though, there it is! Maybe they can make something of this push. Here it comes. And they do. The barrier's coming in. Ult 3 now has a major chance, taking down the Bastion and the Orisa. That's it. Unless they get someone onto the point, Zem, the only one left, gets hacked, gets slept, gets killed. There's a Diva back. Jackson gets demeched almost immediately. It's gonna be up to the rest of Reckless to get back on this point as quickly as possible for some stall.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be possible. The Wrecking Ball might be coming in to save some time, but the Graviton comes through, and all three are going to take map 2.
The Grav, the stalling Grav to keep the overtime potential.
Yeah, Ray Linney doing a very good job. Her Gravitons have been on fleek with this whole thing. Roasty with the play of the game here, but his team is ultimately going to lose that map due to a sick EMP Shatter coming out from the side of all three. All he needed is one combo.
Yeah, when that Diva Bomb went out early and didn't get any kills to stop that push before it began, that was definitely Alt 3's signal to jump in, throw in, and commit. And it paid off.
Yeah, it really did. It paid off. All he needed was that one single fight combo, and they ended up getting it in the 11th hour. Just great play coming from all three, and not giving up, not giving in to the really high pressure coming out from Reckless. A very close series so far, even still.
Oh yeah,
that came down to the very last fight.
I would absolutely not say that this is one-sided at all in the slightest, despite Alt 3 being up 2-zip, who is, by the way, going to once again save Lucio and ban Route 66. Again, wise choice on the save of Lucio. Route 66, I don't know, come on, guys, I love that map, it's really fun. But yeah, no, I would say that this is absolutely still a match.
Yeah, so they're going to save the Lucio, and so with Route 66 and Hanamura banned, and Horizon and Busan being played, it looks like Lijiang, Helios, Dorado, Eichenwald, and Hollywood are still out.
And yeah, if they want to do an escort map, they do still have a choice. It's not necessarily maybe the choice that they think they want. They could still go to Dorado. But, Dorado has its particular strategies and whatnot, and given Alt 3's, or rather both teams, I would say, love of the 3-3 composition. Nope, there it is. They will ban Reinhardt this time instead of the Diva and select Hollywood, a hybrid map between the escort and the 2C.
I think this is a better ban coming out from Reckless onto all three here. Now, all three are going to be able to use the Reinhardt, and Hollywood is going to be played. Who is going to be attacking versus who is defending remains to be seen. We'll be answering that shortly. But yeah, interesting plays and bans coming out. The Rhine ban is very good. It forces all three onto either a bunker comp or some form of dive, which is very good for them. I doubt they're going to be playing the Winston Goats. It's just not as effective on Hollywood. However, classic dive is fairly successful on Hollywood, even on defense.
Oh yeah, like most teams tend to be setting up, especially if they're running that Orisa Diva, in the cafe, and one thing that Dive is really good at, especially when you have that Genji, is just ignoring all of those shields, ripping right in there with that Tesla cannon and that blade and that shuriken, and just going to town.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be seeing some Genji on this map. Hollywood does tend to favor very
high ground maps, like I was talking about on certain. Well, even on the last map, it's interesting to see that we're seeing all these maps with like potential high grounds, and like the dive can be played, but it's not. The dive is possible to be played on Horizon Lunar Colony, but it's just not there, and we're like, so maybe we'll be seeing dive come out, but maybe Reckless is just too used to the goats to try and change compositions.
Yeah, they have an option though. The Alt 3 isn't going to be able to bring a Reinhardt to bear as far as, if this is the moment that you wanted to shake it up, they're going to have Lucio. This is the time. We are unfortunately going to have a little bit of a pause. I prefer my pauses to come at the start of a map though, rather than in the middle of a team fight.
I prefer them to be in overtime.
For maximum nail biting.
Yes.
Oof.
I want a grab bomb combo to go off, and it's like halfway through the animation for the bomb, but you don't know who died yet. That's what I really want to pause it on.
Up, and apparently they are playing on a dial-up connection. I am old enough to remember back when AOL Online was the king of the
How
internet.
old are you?
Oh, I'm about to hit my big 3-0.
Nice. I'm 24.
Oh, yeah, love it. And here, maybe 30-day floppy. No, don't do this to me, please. I'm having nightmares already. Oof, but it looks like we might be having that individual be joining back in the game very shortly, and we should be able to get underway. Yes, they are back. Here come the R's. We are ready to get back on the countdown leading up to the countdown on Hollywood.
R. I'm also ready.
Couldn't be more ready. And so with 30 seconds left, we are, as the casters, just going to sit here and ponder and speculate. What possible composition is Reckless going to bring out to turn this around?
I am clueless, but I'm going to say probably goats, because it doesn't seem like Reckless can flex onto anything else. I would love to see Jackson swap onto something like a flex DPS. I really want to see Pwn enabled in these team fight compositions. He was doing very well on that very first point from Busan, but after that, it looks like they've been sort of risky in these compositions.
Now, Alt 3, remember everyone, no sides change for this map. Alt 3 still going to be starting out on defense on the blue. They are going to be bringing out the Orisa Diva with a Junkrat, and of course, a very lovely Hanzo, useful for this particular situation on point A. However, I know we're going to get debated for the offense, so I'm not even going to comment on the
Hanzo, Junkrat is a lot of poke. Guys, don't forget to vote for your MVP in the Twitch panel. If you scroll down from the Twitch stream, twitch.tv/TheWatchersOW. Make sure to vote for your MVP. Looks like we will be seeing the Pharmacy combo as well come out from Reckless. They're going to be playing the Reaper as well. Now I'm not so sure if the Reaper is going to be very potent. He's going to be needing to flank because there's a ton of poke coming out from all three here.
Yeah, a single tree trunk fired by Mr. SNES Bit is going to be capable of taking that Reaper out before he gets his shotguns to bear. So instead of going for the dive onto the cafe, Reckless is just going to charge right onto the point. No picks coming out yet, but that is going to force them into the range of Zem shotguns, who goes to the flank and he grabs the Onyx. Glizzy goes down shortly after, and despite Mr. SNES Bit picking up another kill, this is going to be Reckless taking Hollywood, showing that, boy, do they ever have something to say about this map.
Yeah, great play coming out from Reckless. Good showing in a fight coming from them. Unfortunately, Roasty was going down. I did maintain a ton of all charge in that engagement. But the cool thing about that attack was that they really split all three apart from everything. By the way, guys, I didn't realize this before, but apparently all three is the symbol for a heart. So, kind of interesting there.
I appreciate the message it's trying to send, like, make love, not war, etc., etc. Peace, love, and yogurt. Very groovy, baby, yeah.
We need some hearts being spammed in the chat.
However, for Reckless, that's going to be their signal to jump right in there. And then, ooh, Roasty and Mr. SNES Bit, we're going to see a little bit of the Widow duel.
Yeah, it is going to be a high ground Widow duel. However, Zem misses the elevator and just stays on the elevator there. He was trying to go up onto the high ground, and he's not going to be able to. There we go. What is
Meanwhile-
Zem doing? Is he disconnected?
Oh,
I think we have a disconnect.
Well, he got
coming
shattered.
from-
And Roasty takes the head click in the first bit of the duel, and that's going to be big signal once again. Reckless is going to be charging in, but they're actually going to get a little bit of the clap back there from all three.
I think Zem got disconnected there. He was staying very still for like 30 seconds, gets taken down by the Diva.
Interesting that they, despite the disconnect, they were able to maintain presence in the game, which is a shame because the game is configured to auto-detect a disconnect and pause immediately. However, that's going to be Roasty, who built up enough ult charge to generate their sights before Mr. SNES Bit, who cannot counter, meaning that that's going to be potentially a one-sided Widow duel.
Oh, okay. So he back. We're good. This is Nesbit. Wow. Mr. SNES Bit being turned into Mrs. Nesbit because of Roasty.
So we have a bit of a disconnect occurring between the ground forces and the high ground forces of Reckless. Despite the picks coming out from the upper territory, the low ground is pretty much left to their own devices. Dark feeling so comfortable that he's even going to throw his Primal Rage into this fight just to kill Roasty76. Nano now going on to Reiner, though, as the Massive Shatter comes in. Glizzy stops the rally, but the Trance comes in to save them!
Yeah, the grab is huge too. Ooh.
Oh, Apocalypse coming out. The cart, however, does continue to move. Despite the very excellent work being done by all three, they're somehow going to be able to almost push this away to point B with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, Mr. SNES Bit takes down Kotu in that last engagement. Kotu was really trying his best to 1v3 on that point there, but it looks like Rosie's going to get that final kill. I don't know if that's going to matter much. Defenders have a pretty big... pretty good advantage with spawns here. We do see a bunch of ults coming out from Reckless though, so they have a couple of things to work with. They do have the Infrasight to work with. The Zen is being picked off right here from Stringy plays.
And there's the barriers for Reckless. Now, the one thing that Roasty's been sending the message is that they are definitely the dominant Widow on the map. And here's Reckless's big chance, taking out the Ana in the main tank. Now 2 main tanks down. Zem also been ripped away from the map. Reckless had a really good push here, but now the Trance is going to be coming in. That's going to be no more kills for them. Despite the man advantage, but Roasty can prove it again, taking again Mr. SNES Bit to town, teaching a Widow school today.
Yeah, and it's interesting that they're not going to be able to attack. Dark is going to be up on the high ground, but Rosie really not getting anything because of it, and Reckless are kind of split off. It looks like the Reaper was trying to engage, but backs out. We're seeing a disconnect in communication from Reckless for sure.
Yeah, the upper, again, the massive shatter, though. Pone has the nano, and here he goes already. Glizzy and Mr. SNES Bit once again taken out by their Widow head clicker on Roasty. Really solid work. Here, this could be what they needed, but the Primal Rage coming in, that is going to be Dark and Lunaru, the only ones left on the point, and that's going to be a Monkey, but Ana's down. Dark does manage to take out Kotu on the Ana, but Reckless will push the point finally to point B, and we'll see a 3-minute push now to finish the map.
Yeah, Dark really trying his best to take out 2 of the members of Reckless, but Pone had got that amazing shatter. Kotu was able to nano boost him, and Pone just doing what he does best in it. That's pulling that Reinhardt to maximum power and efficiency here. I hope we'll be seeing more amazing snipes coming out from Roasty. He's been doing very well on these Widow duels, and Zem and Jackson trying to go for the high ground fight here. I think we're going to be seeing like a Death Blossom come down from below.
Yeah, I definitely don't blame any of the individuals staying on Widow for this particular map. That long sightline is super good, but there's the Diva Bomb. It's going to go out from Jackson. It's not going to grab anything. A little bit of a poor preempt there, but they are going to catch Relany out of mech and out of death. So now Roasty going to click ahead onto the Zenyatta. No more discords for them, and Kotu going to be pushing the point all the way to the end. They have a huge shot to finish this map right here and now if the rally wasn't going to be coming out with a big Hammond coming in.
Death Blossom, it's good.
Oof, but Glizzy with the nano, that's going to be a lot of sustain and a lot of problems, and Potent just going to shatter death Lunaru. Relany actually going to get the head clicks onto Roasty, about time someone killed them, but the Diva Bomb coming in from the back line. Relany going to grab Lucio, healer's down, Pone's gone, despite the nano going onto the Zem. This could still be a fight though. There's lots of back and forth, and the tanks going down for all three means that Reckless still has a point presence.
And Zem is doing a ton of work on this Reaper here, but Coach is going to go down. Wow, Zem, can you hold this? Oh no, the trance coming from Stringy.
Yeah, Stringy had just taken out Zem before anyone had a chance to even see what had happened. They pulled the trance to get some even more stealth, but that's going to be barriers now coming out for Reckless. Huge opportunity for them to clear the point, but now the Hammond is in full swing, no pun intended. Beaver Bomb is going to rip them apart, doesn't matter where you're hooked onto. Mr. SNES bit on the Tracer, we now see a bit more of the stall comp coming in from all three.
Yeah, and this is looking good for Reckless here. I think they're going to be able to cap this in 48 seconds here. Yep.
Stalling
yeah, Zem just doing a ton of work with these Reaper here. I want to caution everyone that's going into comp, if you are playing Diva against a Reaper, you are the enemy team's third healer. You do not play Diva against Reaper. I will report you in my comp games. It is a throw. Because what you're doing, because Diva is it's at the same height as a Reaper, it's just so easy for him to get clean headshots and just lifesteal his way up to full health from you. And it really is a big feed when it comes to playing against Reaper. I have been seeing a lot of Reaper in my comp matches lately, and I want to stress to all of you guys, play Zarya for the combo, play Hog to try and hook him out and burst him down. It's possible to play those other off tanks, but don't play Diva because it's a big feed.
Especially with the most recent debuff to Diva and have the frequency at which she can toss out her defense matrix. Reaper's gonna eat that time up very quickly, and while you're wasting it on the Reaper, literally every other member of that team capable of getting through your defense matrix is going to be doing so, and then all of a sudden Diva's out of mech, and then it's just a bad situation all around. Meanwhile, Reckless gonna be setting up for their defense, keeping Roasty76 now for that early Widowmaker pick. I think that's gonna be a very good choice for them.
Yeah, and I want to shout out just how good that Stringy has been in this series. Not a lot of credit goes to these supports in Lunario and Stringy, but Stringy has been clutch on the Zenyatta in getting out these key transcendences and in being able to take out Zem in that last fight. Even though they were able to cap that last point, just amazing clutch work coming from him.
Oh yeah, and if you guys like what you're seeing from those support players, don't forget to vote for them in the MVP pool down seen in the panel below the Twitch stream. Meanwhile, all three is going to get their offensive on the way, looking like a very interesting 3-3 dive kind of composition coming in, but Dark's going to get that anti-nade very early, and he's just going to be feeding a whole lot of ult charge to Zarya there.
Yeah, he went for the dive and it was right, however, Relini was just not able to follow up with the dive here, being pushed by the Reinhardt and Zarya.
A little comical watching Roasty and Relny go for the high ground at the exact same time. Initially miss each other on it and then immediately push each other off. Now the Diva's going to be going into the backline, can't find that Roasty. Roasty have the high ground, they're going to be going Freeborn, and Zem going to pick up the Ludaroo very early on in the fight. Roasty going to grab the Glizzy, that's going to be no bad supports. Big fight loss for all three and a lot of time spent on that first push.
Yep, and we were talking about the Widowmaker in this composition. A nice sleep coming from Kotu and onto Raylene. Not even going to be able to contest. They're going to stagger her out. Rest in peace there. But as soon as the Widow gets high ground and is uncontested in this team fight, if there are 6 players versus 6 players, the team with the Widowmaker will win. Because the Widow, an uncontested Widow is the scariest. You know, having no stress in being dove on is the best. It's the best feeling when you're playing Widow.
Oh yeah, and I think all three picked up on that. They're going to toss Grab and Rally into this fight very early on. Glizzy is going to pick up Pony on the fight.
Death Blossom?
Oh yeah, they're very comfortable securing this fight with as many ults as possible. Zem is going to toss the Death Blossom out though. It's not going to grab anyone. All three is going to take this point now unless Zangbeast really goes crazy.
It doesn't look like it. It looks like all three have this, and a great play coming from them and able to be disengaging from Zem's Reaper here. It looks like Zen's going to be swapping to the Pharah. I think this is a very good idea. Pharah's going to be very good into this Diva here, but wow, Pone getting staggered out off the bat immediately.
Yeah, it's a nasty snowball coming in. Now, all three really showing that they want to win this match and end this game and be done with it. But it's going to be difficult. Reckless already clapping back Roasty, switching over to the Ashe, which brings some different ult potential to the game.
Yeah, keep an eye on Pone's Earthshatter here in this next fight. He does have it up. Relini does have the Grav, which the self-destruct, which should be followed up with Mr. SNES Bits Graviton very soon. I think we will be seeing that outcome coming from all three. Nice shatter, though.
Massive. Oh, but the boops, they almost grab everyone away, but unfortunately it's going to be big kills coming in for Reckless with just so much damage potential. Zangbees is going to get caught up by that Diva Bomb, but with the rally and the barriers coming in to keep this fight alive for them, and Stringy doing incredible work keeping Pone away from that charge.
Yeah, he is going to go down, though, and this is going to be a successful defense coming out from Reckless. Just a ton of poke. The Pharah and the Ashe combo is a lot of poke and disengagement coming from them. It makes you want to dissuade from these fights. We do see the swap up from Mr. SNES Bit off of the Zarya. Is going to be playing the Widow, which I think is a great combination. However, Roasty might be able to take down the Widow. We'll see.
Yeah, and here it is. They have a bunch of ults to commit to this fight with Lunaru on the trans, but Mr. SNES Bit finally popping off of the Widowmaker, going to pick up Roasty's head, and that's going to be a huge way to say that this hit scan fight is not over.
Now, Zangbi still has the res, and he can res up, but he gets taken down by Mr. SNES Bit, who's been doing a ton of work here.
And wow, just look at alt 3 go. They've pushed Reckless back into the teeny tiny choke. They're going to get the alt cart percentage necessary to push this into a very good position for them. But they don't have any ults coming into this. They need to build up that Primal and Diva Bomb very quickly.
They
or
need
else
to
it's gonna
touch.
be Bob Central.
No power down. Get in there.
There he goes. Here comes Bob, and Zem switching over to the Doomfist just in time. Going to pull out the Zenyatta, grabbing the Brigitte as well. Holy moly, but Stringy Plays is going nuts, trying to take anything away from them. Pony's going to grab them in the end, though.
The Zem pocket pick Doomfist is doing a couple of good things. Looks like Rosie's going to roast Mr. SNES Bit out of that fight. But Zem has been doing very well in this Doomfist. I wonder if he's going to keep it. It looks like he will. Only 20% ult charge. It looks like they're going to go for some kind of shift crouching flank. Pone's going to be left on his own on the point with Roasty. We'll see how this is going to work. They're not taking a lot of space.
Yeah, the way that Doomfist behaves in this particular composition means that if there's no squishies for him to play with, it's going to be difficult for him to make much of an effect against this very tanky dive coming in from all three.
Yeah, they only have a minute left to reclaim this point. Wow, Zem doing a great job with that punch.
Yep, and there it is. Roasty are going to be laying into Mr. SNES Bit a bit, who had some great action there, but against that lever action rifle, that's going to be a difficult shot.
Yeah, I think Zem is going to try and be on him for the remainder of the match. 40 seconds remaining, meaning that this might come down to the last fight here. We do have the rally coming from Glizzy, which should help against Pone and Jackson's grab here. But a lot of ults coming out from either side. We might be seeing like 12 ults in this next fight, provided no one gets sniped.
Love seeing that dynamite going in. That's going to be big hit on that. It's going to force the barriers. Mr. SNES Bit forcing Roasty to take some cover. They're going to get the barriers down for Reckless, though. And that's going to be massive ults coming in now. Here comes the trans. And there, Zangbeast, there it is. And Mr. SNES Bit and Grizzly picking up the kicks. And that's going to be an uncontested Widowmaker. That means big kills coming in for alt 3. And with 4 seconds left, an overtime push on the point B could be just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, this is looking very good for all three. Great job in playing that composition to the best of your ability. Mr. SNES Bit needed to get that one shot off to try and clutch this map out, and he definitely did in taking the space onto that high ground. Looks like Pone running very low here on this Reinhardt, as Reckless are going to move way up. Stringy being stunned from the Earthshatter, but it's not going to do much.
Yeah, and here comes the big snowball. Mr. SNES Bit stepping up a little bit there, trying to see if they can get a quick early pick. They have that sights, though. They're going to be able to see everything in a moment the minute they decide to trigger it for their next push.
Yeah,
There it is.
There we go. There's the infra site here. Bob coming out to try and contest the payload. He's nano boosted.
Nothing like a nano Bob to make their point presence decided. Roasty with Bob is going to eliminate Dark. Zem going to pick up the squishy on the Mr. SNES Bit. Roasty again going to get the DMAC thanks to Bob. Nothing like the 1% going to town.
And nano Bob doing so much work. That was awesome.
Yeah, nothing like a
Really bad
7v6 to make a fight happen.
The only bad thing about a Nano Bob is that you're giving a lot of power to a hero that can't gain ult charge, right? So when you're winning these fights, you're going down in ultimate, and that's not what a lot of people think about. A lot of people just think about the power of Bob, but in reality, you're not giving your tanks ult charge, you're not giving your supports healing, and it just kind of sucks.
Yeah, and Reckless showing that they know that they have a bit of an advantage here. The no ults coming in for ult 3. There's only 1 second left. There's no one on the cart. It's going to be overtime. A single Lucio. Stringy go. Go Stringy go. But Pone, they're going to do the preemptive shatter to keep anyone else from getting onto the point. Massive anti-nade, but Stringy manages to hold on just long enough for the rest of the team to get in there. I love the Hanzo coming in. The burst damage is going to be crazy. But unfortunately, they're going to get focused down too quickly. And now it's just a trickle stall with a Nano going into a Glizzy on a Junkrat who's going to get roasty, and they're going to pull it off. That's the pick they may have needed.
Glizzy is staying alive this entire time on the point. Pone's just not able to get enough damage. Wow!
And Rowdy drops the 2K!
Oh, the Shatter doesn't even do that much here. Pone's going to get Mr. SNES bit though.
Oof, and that, again, that was it. Once the ult 3 was able to get a bit of the pick action going, that's going to be their signal to start pushing this cart into overtime. They have the shot, though. They need to finish this map if they want to take it, and so far there's no point presence except for Bob, who's now back, and a grab means he's going to be able to go crazy.
Yeah, grab Bob, trying to do things, but Glizzy has been MVP in this fight here at the 2K so far.
Oh, and now Moira has the Coalescence. Lunaru letting that beam go crazy, firing their lasers. Pone switching over to the Hammond. Finally, the stall must come out, but there it is. They finished the map.
Raylini got 3 kills with the Baby Diva. Did anyone see that? That was incredible. They're going to be able to take down that 3rd point.
Gremlin Diva takes it 0-2 the win, but I'm gonna have to throw it out. Yeah, make sure you make your MVP vote be heard. I do not vote because of a bias, but man, Stringy Place, looking at that stall coming around the bend in Hollywood, staying alive just long enough.
Oh my god, that was crazy. That was awesome. Just maximum #1 Baby Diva player. She's saying, I'm insane. Mr. SNE has been saying she's scripting. That was some awesome plays coming out from both the Diva and the Zen from all 3. They are going to be having they are going to have a minute on this attack here. I suspect something of a cheese comp. It looks like we will be seeing the Hog like you were talking about.
Love me some Hog, but that's going to be a quad tank to support attack, and that is going to be a beefy amount of HP, and I have a feeling Zem is just going to go absolutely ham on it.
I have a feeling like Zem is going to get a lot of lifesteal as long as he's not focused down. Yeah, the Glizzy playing Hammond is, I think, a little worse than the Roadhog in terms of countering the Reaper. We'll be seeing Roasty and Zem get their ults very quickly. Roasty already at 30% on his ultimate.
Unbelievable. The Hammond goes in, but Relany picks up Roasty before they have a chance to make a lot of do. But that's going to be Mr. SNES, but also on the Zarya. Didn't see this coming at all, coming out from this composition.
Oh, no.
They're cleaning up on the point.
What's going on? Just a great focus coming out from all 3, and I was thinking the DBS coming out from Reckless would definitely be able to defend this, but wow, that was a stomp. They're going to take this 4th point with 12 seconds on the clock. They're going to need to stay on this point here.
So if the team manages to take the point in Hollywood in overtime on this particular type of map, that means it's the overtime push. And with 2 seconds left, we're going to start to see that timer start going. Now it becomes the situation where the minute someone leaves the cart from alt 3, this point will stop dead in its tracks and the match will end and switch over to Reckless's push.
And watch the Shatter and the Dragon combo. Here we go.
Oh, the Shatter came in and it's going to
my God!
Everyone.
That was huge.
Huge dragons, huge Shatter. Speaking of overtime, it's over. Alt 3 stopped right before they go through the door.
Wow, yeah, great play. I was just talking, watch the Shatter, watch the Grav, the Dragon combo. It worked very well for them, and we're going to see how Reckless are going to be able to take this attack. Now, they do have to take this 1st point. That is going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
It did take them a while on the first attack for a Reckless here.
So this will now be the situation where, Alt 3 was able to take that point in about 40 seconds tops. Meanwhile, Reckless with a minute 48. Now they have a little bit more time to make their offense happen,
They do.
but they do need to take the point, and then they actually need to take it to that exact point where
Yep.
Alt 3 had it.
Now the thing about Reckless is that they do have almost 2 minutes, and 2 minutes is the sweet spot because 2 minutes allows your tanks to gather ultimates. In even a mediocre situation, it allows them to accrue their ultimates. You want to get ultimate comboing abilities like the Earth Shatter, like the Graviton Surge here. I think Roasty, this is a good combo. The Grav Dragon, Sir Waltham likes to call it the Dragon Ball combo. I very much like that reference here, but we're going to be seeing on a defense come out the Pharmacy as well as the Hanzo and trying to just poke down and snipe out the enemy tanks and supports here. So
And a Pharmacy being roughly uncontested. And
Wow!
Stringy Place gets the kill on Zeb super early!
yeah,
Oh,
that was a
no.
damage boosted volley, just crazy amounts of damage. Zen's going to be taking him out immediately, and Stringy with 20% on his ult meter already. This is looking very good already for them.
Yeah, that's crazy. And Mr. SNES, but on the Pharmacy, they're going to be pretty much uncontested in the sky. Roasty might have something to say about it, but it's tough to hit that Pharah with the arrows there. Tough to get that confirmed kill when they have the Mercy. Pone's shield already forced down. Now a minute 15 left. They have effectively no main tank.
Yeah, Dark getting slept, but quickly woken up here in this defense. We'll see how this Reaper comes into the fight now. Jackson did just use the bubble to try and move the Reaper out. This is looking very dire for Reckless as they don't have a lot of defensive options here up in this room. Zem really needs to get on some tanks, and Koju's going to go down.
And there it is, Glizzy with the tree trunks going to be firing from the bow. It's going to be a trade, though. Ana for a Hanzo, but I know which one I'd rather have. But Pone's going to go down next. No main tank, no Ana. Zem is going to follow. And with 40 seconds left, Reckless needs to pull out if they want to have another team fight. Ooh, Trans going into a lost fight, though. Not a solid option for Stringy.
Well, that was a one fight for him, but yeah, I don't know what that trance was. We'll see how this works. The Dragon combo is a go. There's 25 seconds left. This is what I was talking to you about. Everyone pretty much on the attacking team having their ults up with the tank ultimate, support ultimate, Ko2 almost with the nano boost here. We are going to be seeing a Dragon Ball combo come out. Pone just needs to accrue enough ult charge to get the kill. It looks like Glizzy getting picked off though.
Oof, and the Dragon's going out before the Grav. Rather, right when the Grav is ready. Mr. SNES bit gonna show that barrage out, though. No Grav for this fight. Reckless, however, maintaining a man advantage. I think they're gonna be able to take this point. I'm not sure. The Alt 3 might have a shot to contest.
I don't
settling
think
in.
they do. I
Yeah,
think
they're
they might be able to contest this doorway, though. That's what really matters is going to be this final push point. However, Reckless with a ton of ults. 5 ults on the side of them. They have a ton of combo. There's no Diva. Relini on the Diva is going to need to show up here in eating both the Grab and the Dragon Strike. So watch out for her. We'll be seeing how that works. Bomb coming in.
Oof, and the Shatter comes out, gets countered by the bubbles, though. But there it is. Death Blossom goes in, and Reckless takes it. Almost
Yeah,
didn't even
Reckless
see
are
the
going to
point
take
get there.
Hollywood. Wow, very well played. They're going to take the third map, and so this is going to be a 2-1. Nice. I'm glad this is going the distance. I didn't want to see a 3-0 at all.
Oh yeah, there's Reckless. They're coming in. They're making it a map. They're making it a match, and now they have a shot to start their reverse sweep.
Yeah, that play of the game was that fancy Shatter Dragon combo that was working very well. Awesome to see coming from Pone and Roasty. We will be seeing them go the distance here in the series, and I'm super glad about that because both these teams are very good to watch and to cast.
Yeah, and Reckless demonstrating again that they have a shot here. They're not out of the running with that really solid play onto Hollywood, but now it's going to be Alt 3 for the first time in this match, getting to pick the hero ban.
Yeah, they're gonna have a map. They're gonna have to save a hero and ban a map. This should be very interesting. There's only a couple of maps left in this pool, so we'll be seeing how this is going. Now, Hanamura was banned. Horizon was picked. Busan was picked already. Hollywood.
And
We will
Route
not be
66
seeing an
was banned.
Eichenwald. And Route 66. So it's either Lijiang, Ilios, or Dorado, because Eichenwald cannot be picked in this next map. So we'll see how that goes. Now, Control is an awesome game mode. I want to say it's everyone's favorite kind of mode when you're playing. It's certainly the most brawly. However, it's just one of those things where no matter what stage you go to, whether it's Lijiang or it's Ilios, it looks like the opponent team is going to ask for 2 bans because Abyss was getting into spectating as soon as the map begun. Now we want to warn the teams that do not enter the lobby if you are invited when the map starts, because you need to be made sure that you can only spectate your team and not the enemy team. If you could spectate the enemy team, you could talk to them, and that would be very bad.
Yeah. So we are, however, going to cut that pause, and then there we go. With 10 seconds remaining, we can stop speculating and see just what kind of 3-3 compositions we're coming out with.
No pharmacy. It's just goats.
Yes! And there it is! Bless you, Reckless! Bless you for busting out the
See,
pharmacy.
the thing is that, well, I can't believe you're so happy for pharmacy, even though this pharmacy is going to get crushed. Ray has been doing a great job on this diva. I'm definitely going to give her the MVP in this series if this does come to all three sides. She's been the cornerstone of all three and their success. The clutch plays coming from Hollywood just weren't enough to end up winning them that map, but overall she's been amazing.
Now, what doesn't necessarily surprise me is that both teams are going for a pretty solid dive, despite the advantage of one team having the Reinhardt over the other. Now, Roasty going to already go to town on the Pharah. They're going to pick off Lunaru very early on. No Discord Orb for you. Meanwhile, it's going to be the rest of the team going into town. No team really gaining control over the point, but again, it's going to be Reckless going to town with that Pharah, and Jackson going nuts, but Stringy going to get a double boop.
It's not going to matter much. However, spawns might matter as Kotu doesn't have the Lucio to try and peel or speed back to the spawn. This is looking sort of good for Reckless here.
Huh. Bit ballsy of Dark to go jumping in there on the point without any support. They're going to get focused down immediately, and now it's going to be pretty much a nice little 6v5 as Roasty already had their barrage. Going to drop a quick 4K onto Alt 3 as Relny heads for the hills.
Yeah, you were talking about the pharmacy pick. This pharmacy has been working very well. Roasty seems super adept at this. Where was this the first map? Where was this on Busan?
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe they just needed
happened?
A warm-up. Yeah, like the warm-up must have been real on Hollywood and the other maps, because holy moly is this going.
So swaps coming in from the side of all three. They're going to be playing the Reaper. Oh no! Poe gets booped out!
He plays, grabs the boop. Mr. Nesbit, Mrs. Nesbit, I don't even know what to call this individual anymore. Snesbit is going to get onto that Widowmaker, possibly to try and do something about that pharmacy, but with the Diva Bomb on the point, that means no one gets to play. Glizzy out of Wraith, they are going to get bombed, and now it's a very even fight on the map. Reckless gets to maintain control. Stringy plays getting boop after boop. What the hell did this person eat for breakfast? Boop, like boopios? Because like there it is.
Lucios. Whoa! Ray! Taking down the whole combo of ultimates here. I think they might be able to take this point, provided... No, Pone's going to take down Lunaro here. That's their healing.
And that's definitely the way to do it. If you're going to throw a Diva Bomb into the backline to win a fight, you want to get both elements of the pharmacy combo. Ray going crazy with the going for the Poco, and finally, Alt 3 going to be generating some percentage.
Take down that entire pharmacy combo. Glizzy doing a ton of work in just taking down the tanks. As soon as these dive tanks from Reckless touch the point, Glizzy's just going to light them up right here with the Reaper play. It's really good to see. We do have the Nano Boost coming through, and we do have the Dust Blossom. Not a lot of CC coming from all three. Zem is really going to need to stun the Reaper as soon as he ults here. Nano Boost coming out to Dark, though.
And Nesbit swapped over from the Widowmaker onto the Tracer, meaning that they're just going to be raining that much more close-up, angry damage. Looking for a way to get in there is Reckless, but unfortunately with the bubble committed and Glizzy going crazy, a Winston v Reaper is not necessarily the fight that I think you should be making.
Yeah, interesting coming from Lunaru to Nano Boost the Winston instead of the Reaper, but the Death Blossom wasn't even used, so safe ultimates there. We're going to be seeing 5 ultimates come out from the side of Reckless, only using that Nano Boost in that engagement, and Lunaro's already up to 56% already. Rosie's getting kind of shut down on this Pharah here. This is super interesting to see, because there's no sniper coming out.
And Stringy, I want to emphasize, got yet another boop in that fight just now. And so Barriers is going to come out into the fight. The Diva Bomb is going to come in, but thanks to that Barriers, possibly because it's in good positioning, it's not going to grab any kills. Mrs. Nesbit going to get the stick onto Zem. Again, no Wraith means a dead Reaper. With the Nanobus going onto Pwn, though, this might be a little bit late. As with the Primal Rage, it's going to be Kotu gone as well. The Barrage is going to go in on Dark, going to eliminate that angry monkey from the map, but the fight's pretty much already over for Reckless.
Yeah, and Glizzy still has the ultimate to boot. There are no CC. Where I want to see a flank kind of Death Blossom combo come out from Lizzie, but it looks like Zem's going to try and touch with the Winston from Pone here. He does have the Primal.
Oof, and despite the Death Blossom coming out, it's not going to grab any kills, but the Diva Bomb will! Going to pick up Zhang and Zem! Bam! That means no more point for you, Reckless. Ult 3 is going to be able to push you off. Again, we're seeing the same pattern on the first King of the Hill map. Reckless going in with an early lead. Ult 3 going to be taking it away from them, and the first round of Lijiang Tower is going to go to them.
Ray is my MVP. Holy moly.
I mean, you kind of called
That's
it. You
crazy.
kind of called it when the map started.
Yeah, just... Oh my god. What
So
is
there we
wrong? Oh my goodness. Just
Yes.
crazy play coming out from her.
Very early showing from Roasty76 on that Pharah, but Ray only able to just completely shut it down in the long run with initially a switch onto a sniper, but as they got the support they needed, and with some very sick Diva Bombs, we're going to head on to Control Tower, and here's where that lack of a Reinhardt may come into effect.
Yeah, the lack of Reinhardt could really affect Reckless here. They don't have that initial tankiness and that amazing Earth Shatter that's very good on this particular control terminal map. I'm super excited to see what either team can do. It looks like we're going to be seeing a bit of a disruption comp coming out from Reckless. The Hammond and the Doomfist are going to want to flank and move around. You don't want to be going head-to-head with this Goats composition with the McCree.
It's a very angry composition, a very brawly upfront and personal composition. Zem, though, committing some cooldowns early on to a fight that's not going to really result in a lot of damage. And now we see the classic Bastion roller. Pone going to be setting up on the point there in Stringy Place, going to get eliminated from the map very early on, but Zem's going to pay for that with his life. Roasty going to find Glizzy's head, and the point, once again, going to go early on to Reckless as they push all three off the map.
They had the initial positioning, and even though Koji and Roasty are very low, Jackson's going to be able to clean up with this very high charge Zarya. However, look at Ray on this Zarya. 96% on that Graviton already. Just the completely unsung hero of this whole series. This Grav is coming up. We're going to see the Deadeye come up. Here's the Grav. Watch out for the Deadeye.
It catches the Jackson, where they're going to finish it off with a headshot. Deadeye's going to come into the fight, though. It's going to get shut down completely. But then McCree on the other side. They're going to be the ones to grab, though, the Pone. And wow, and here we go. The pattern has repeated itself. Reckless takes an early percentage on the point. Alt 3 reads them like a book, though, and they're going to start pushing them off with some massive charge coming out from Relny. And Glizzy going crazy. How do you even get 2 kills with that ability?
Oh no, that was awesome. And it's on a very low cooldown, but that was pretty awesome. And here's the thing. Reckless don't have a Reinhardt, so this composition right here, they can really hold close. They aren't going to decide to hold close. I don't know if that's the right move. Mr. SNES, but does have the Deadeye. We do have the rally coming out, so they should be aggressive on this. I'm kind of surprised that they're being so defensive, but Dark's going to be able to pick off Kotu.
It pays off a little, yeah, they're going to grab the Ana with a sick fire strike, but now they're going to have to deal with mines on the point. That's going to force a rally
Space
out of it.
Jam!
Nesbit going to be going in, boom, but it's going to grab the Lucio. Relny going to, however, pick up the kill on Zem as they float down, and Reckless going to turn the point.
I don't know if that was a team, that was a fight that they should have won, but it looks like Ray has been taking it back with a 2K already on Roasty and Pone here. Mr. SNES been showing some work as well with a 2-kill.
Yeah, Reckless, despite their man disadvantage, showing that it's their map positioning that's going to win them that point back. It's going to get them a little more percentage, forcing all three to, a little coalesce a bit, grab the point back, but that's percentage that they're not going to get back.
You said coalesce, but there's no Moira around. Now, Shatter coming in from Dark, this is what Reckless were afraid of here. Watch out for that Shatter here. Shatter's going to come out right here.
Big Shatter. Barriers, though, is going to save most of the team, but not before Zem gets aced. And now Barriers going to come in. Roasty going to have a bit of a tougher time getting a Deadeye off, and Kotu's going to die while the team flounders in that choke, not able to bring their full team to bear.
Yeah, Kotu's been dying off very quickly in these team fights, just not being able to get enough value. Did use the nano boost onto the McCree, but it's just not going to be good. And Ray has been cleaning up on this Zarya. Mega high charge. Already with another Graviton, we are... I don't think I've seen oh no, we saw one Deadeye come out from Mr. NES bit, but I didn't get too much. So watch out for this combo here.
This is the situation where the Grav comes in early. The Diva, and there it is, catching so many. The Deadeye comes in, but they're all going to die before he has a chance to pull it off. Oh, I'm so sorry, Nesbit. You are going to get the Reaper as a consolation prize.
Oh my goodness, and just Ray putting on a clinic with this key Zarya play. Zangbeast is going to try and touch last second here.
Zangvis comes in for the overtime. They're going to get pushed off immediately. The rest of the team coming in. Roasty going to switch onto that Tracer. We're going to see Big Stalls coming in. They get picked off immediately, though. Dark gets slept, and Zem's going to have a bit of a chance on the point, whose bubble gets taken away very quickly, but that's going to be a trans countering that grab. Zem goes down. Kotu goes in. The Shatter somehow catches no one, and now it's just Alt3 maintaining full control of the point as Reckless struggles to do anything, and they can't make it back. That's going to be the final map of this match going to Alt3.
All three are gonna 3-1, and holy moly, Ray, what was that? That entire third and fourth map just turned it up, completely warmed up, and completely carried that series. The unsung hero from me, great boops coming out from Stringy. Their entire lineup has got a ton of talent, but holy moly, I didn't expect that kind of skill from someone that has been playing Diva this whole series. It turns out that Ray's average energy was 78. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's unbelievable flex play coming from that kind of off tank. The Diva play, the Zarya play, and like all of it was really top notch. It's the kind of thing that I really would have expected coming from a specialist, yet here we see one individual pulling that kind of action out. That's insane. That's just some really solid work.
Yeah, we'll be looking for the MVP interviewed. Looks like a couple of people want to be interviewed here. See how this is working.
And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you have their last chance to go in and go big on the Twitch Picks poll for your MVP of this match. You can grab anyone from any team. It don't matter at all in the slightest. Let your voice be heard. So for now, though, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be bringing you the little bit of the post-game interview in the form of Dark. Dark, how you doing?
I'm good, yourself?
Not too bad at all. So, you just came out of an incredible match, and boy, was that rough times. How you guys feeling?
We're kind of shaky after Route 66. Jerpy's controller died. I mean, Glizzy. So it's kind of hard for us. Yeah.
I'm sorry. His what died?
His controller died. His
He
battery.
plays on a controller?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shed some light, don't
That
it?
guy plays with a controller. That's sick.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm impressed. Your entire lineup has been doing awesome this series.
Thank you.
All right, Dark. Coming out of Route 66, and you guys, you banned the Reinhardt, you grabbed the Lijiang Tower. Why'd you grab Lijiang Tower as opposed to maybe some of the other maps in the pool?
I did my homework with the other matches with Reckless, and I noticed like one thing that one of their players was limited to one hero, and I thought we should ban that hero, and it kind of worked out. So
Oh, I'd like to see that. Good solid play overall. So going into Route 66, what was Hollywood. Going into the Hollywood, what was the moment where you guys realized, okay, we need to knuckle down and really get back into it?
I believe we were already talking about like the next map, but then Ray got like a 3K with the bomb, and that's where we kind of like took advantage of that and just went in.
Good stuff, good stuff. So we're looking forward to seeing more on you guys in the tournament. You will be moving on through the losers bracket, saying goodbye to Reckless. GG's on both sides, and Dark, thanks for joining us. Hope to see you more.
No problem.
GG guys, that was sick.
So this has been the Overwatch Watchers Brawl match between Reckless and all three of them, 3.007. Catch me on Twitter or Twitch at 3.007.
Cool, awesome. I'm twitch.tv/sci-fight. Catch me on Twitter too, same logo. My name should be in the Twitch chat as well if you guys want to check me out. And Lunaru, one of the supports from Team All 3, is going to be the MVP. Congratulations to her. Her and Raylini just did a number on the entire team from Reckless. A great series all around, but just some great teamwork coming from all three and some really star plays coming out. We could see a high reel coming from all of these players.
Oh yeah, and I think it was mentioned early on that the support play was absolutely fantastic. No surprise that Lunaru takes it. Thanks for joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe.
Good night.